Hello from Reykjavik. I've been here for a few weeks and am making a little travelogue to share my experiences with you. Since I've been here, there's been over 50,000 earthquakes, far more than I've ever experienced living in California. Although constant, they've been small and non-threatening. And that's because there's a lot of magma moving around underneath the thin earth crust, shaking the tectonic plates. Then recently, as you've probably heard, a volcano erupted. Lava is flowing beautifully, and there's not much gas or ash coming out of this volcano. They call it a scenic or tourist eruption. Lava could be flowing for another 100 years, but luckily it's flowing into a natural basin away from civilization. Iceland is a very young country geologically speaking, from after the Jurassic period, where a lot of the magma from the Earth's core comes up to the surface. It forms new mountains and new islands. Every single neighborhood and small village in Iceland has public geothermal swimming pools and spas and water parks. And nobody uses water heaters here because all the water is hot coming straight from the ground. The forces of nature here is very dramatic, with intensely bright sun, dark skies, northern lights, volcano eruptions, long days, short days, cold, heat, glaciers, waterfalls, and rainbows. Immensely beautiful and stunning landscapes that you find everywhere you go. And it's just constantly changing and surprising. For me, it's very inspiring to live so closely to nature's extremities. Since I got out of quarantine, I've been organizing the production for the music recording that I'm going to be doing while I'm here. The recording I'm making is called Island, and it's about not Iceland, but things that you find a lot of in Iceland, such as expansive space, extreme light and darkness, solitude, wind. And getting to know the Icelandic music community better has been incredible, because there's just such a huge amount of extremely creative and talented musicians and artists here. And it's all like one community where people are working together, and they all know each other, and they're all helping me out and introducing me, that I'm excited to record with a string orchestra, a French horn, a flute, and a singer, and a langspiel, which is the traditional folk instrument of Iceland. It's similar to the Appalachian dulcimer. Then my family arrived, went through quarantine, and we moved to a horse and sheep farm right outside of Reykjavik, where they're riding horses and cleaning the stalls and feeding the horses all day long. It's also been an amazing experience to be in a country where there's no COVID. When I got out of quarantine, they had gone a whole month without any case of COVID and going back to a very normal lifestyle. So after going through 2 tests and 5 days of quarantine, I was able to join into the social fabric here, and I have to say I was very nervous at first, but we're so friendly here. I started going to concerts and office parties and birthday parties and all types of social events for the first time in a whole year. There was one case of COVID that broke out in the whole country, and apparently that person had been to a concert at ARPA Concert Hall of the famous Icelandic pianist Vikingur Olafsson. I was at that concert, so they traced where that person with COVID went and contacted 800 people at the concert. Supposedly it was the biggest concert in the whole world on that night. Asked everyone who was at that concert to go get tested twice. So everybody went and got tested twice, and they found out that no one there got it because everyone at the concert was wearing masks. The only place you are still wearing masks here are in at concerts or in stores or in other public indoor places that aren't serving food or drink. But it's amazing to see a system here where there's really no conflicts or disagreements about how to deal with the virus. Here people want to work together to not be affected by COVID and keep cases down, and are happy to do whatever is being asked of them so that they can all live more freely. And because of that, they've been one of the leading countries in the world right now. It's between Iceland, New Zealand, and Taiwan have the lowest COVID rates in the world, and that's worked out really well for them. It's very refreshing coming from the United States to see that. Iceland also recently announced that they will be open to foreigners to travel here as long as they have the vaccine. So that means that with COVID under control and a vaccine, Americans will be able to enter here again, which makes things great for our upcoming tours here in August and September. Europe looks like it's in pretty bad shape and will be closed for traveling this summer. However, Iceland, possibly the only country within the European Union which will be safe and open for us to travel to. I hope you take advantage of this incredible opportunity that we're creating to take you throughout Iceland in August and September. We'll be taking you to a lot of the most inspiring places that we've been discovering over the last 4 or 5 years on our travels and research here. So please come with us to Iceland this summer. It's going to be an amazing experience. There's not a better time to visit Iceland than now. Iceland's one of the only countries that will be safe and open to travel to, and we already have an amazing itinerary put together with just a few spots left. So if you join now, you will be able to have an adventure unlike any other at a time when it is most needed to explore the world, experience new things, and meet new people, and be inspired by this Arctic paradise.